Hello my friends and welcome back to Kids Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Joe's Productions where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And today I'm going to be actually finishing a set of minis that I started. It was the first two was it's from the game Star Wars Shatterpoint, and the first one was basically two Stormtroopers. One was a Stormtrooper Sergeant, the other just a regular Stormtrooper. So what we got now is another Stormtrooper, but Darth Vader as well. So the first thing I'm going to do, of course, is prime these, and then we'll get started on base coats. Alright, so I'm still working with the black primer, which will work great for Darth Vader. Maybe not so much for the Stormtrooper, but we'll see. Alright, so stay tuned. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and here we go. Prime these two pieces right here. Alright, I'll do it out here so the wind doesn't blow it back in my face. And that's the beauty of small pieces, is that it goes very quickly. There we go for Lord Vader himself. Okay, looks like I got everything. You gotta get the underside, you know. Alright, so as always the priming goes quickly. And next is the base coat. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, that primer is now dry on Darth Vader and that Stormtrooper, so let's get to it. Get this on, point this down. Alrighty. Now, realistically, this should not take long because not many colors are needed. And I'm going to start with Darth Vader. And I know that the primer is black, but I'm going to go over it anyway with the black paint. Try to give it a bit of a shine. Or at the very least, try to get where it's armor. Get the rest of it. Maybe not the cape though. Okay. Yeah, giving it a bit of a shine, so yeah, it's not a bad thing. And I can see that this brush is on its way out, so this is probably the last time I use it. Okay. Now, I'm probably not going to use the wash on Darth Vader because I don't think there's a real point to doing that because of, once again, it's black. So I don't even think it's going to show up. Now let me tell you something. The way they have these capes just billowing out like this, it was not easy to get it to stay. All right. Try to get that helmet shining though. All right. We'll let that go for now. Oh, should have gotten myself something to wipe the brush with, but doing it now. All right, so start on the Stormtrooper. definitely need to get some more paints. I'm gonna have to make sure I do that next week. Okay. So any of you who remember that I had suffered a pretty bad cut a while back. It's healing nicely. I mean, it's leaving a scar, of course, but, you know, I think I pretty much knew that that was going to happen, and I'm not upset about it. Yeah, so I mean, every now and again I do have a little bit of an issue with gripping, gripping things, but overall, it's healing up pretty nice. Yeah, and hopefully sometime soon I can get more sets for this game. Well, actually, there's a set that I had seen I put on a wish list on Amazon, along with others. But there's one in particular that I'm looking forward to eventually getting. It has the bounty hunters. Mostly the ones from all the ones that you saw. I think it's, well, I don't know if it was all of them, but it was a good portion of them from the ones that we all saw in Empire Strikes Back. All right. All right. I'm gonna have to, let me just clear out the face a bit. All right. So I may have to do a second coat of that white paint because it is caking on a bit. But I'm gonna have to let that dry for now. All right. All right. So, like I said, we're gonna let that paint dry, and when we come back, I think I'm gonna go over the white on the Stormtrooper just a little bit more, and we're gonna maybe start on the details of Darth Vader. So, stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and we're gonna get right into it with Darth Vader and this Stormtrooper. All right. All right. All right. So we're gonna. You know what? Let's just go over the white now instead of later. All right. I mean, I always say, especially anything involved in conflict and whatnot, that if the paint is spotty, that's okay. Can work with that because it is supposed to be instruments or weapons of war. But I'm still going to make an effort to make it look as best as I can. Alright, so I think we're done with the white paint on that one now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be in need of some new paints. Alright, let's get back to Darth Vader. So, alright, let's just get right into it with the red for the lightsaber and some of the switches on that chest plate of his. I think one of the coolest things I'd ever seen was actually in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. They had this big like ending battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, and in that battle, Obi-Wan was able to pretty much almost destroy that chest plate, and of course, that's when he basically shows that it was needed for him to breathe. All right, what's going on here? Because this is not going on very well. There we go. And if anybody's wondering why I didn't already replace these paints, well, the reason is because I can't afford it yet. I am a divorcee, and unfortunately, I have not yet regained my entire paycheck. So, splurging is not always in the cards. Sometimes in those situations, you gotta do some adulting, as I like to call it. Alright, trying to get this on without it looking like it's bubbling. Alright, almost, I think I almost got it. And I think I just rubbed it. Of course, this would look better, I think, if I had a different color primer, which, once I'm able to get to Brian's Hobbies, I will absolutely get. Now, given the nature of what I just had to do for the lightsaber, getting the switches is going to be a little bit more problematic, and I gotta do a little touch up because I got some red paint on one of his sleeves, so I need to touch it up with a little black. I'll take the one I already used for black. Okay. 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 I know I keep saying that. I do apologize. Alright. So we're done with the black. Well, at least on Darth Vader we're done with the black. I'm probably going to need it for like in between the armor joints on the Stormtrooper, but that'll be later. Alrighty. So now with Darth Vader, I could use the metallic color, get his lightsaber hilt, part of his belt, and the base. All right. There's the hilts. All right. All right. Now the base. So if I do the wash on Vader, it's going to be mostly for this base, because it's probably the only thing that's going to show up, that'll show up on. Oops. Now I was looking for one of their sets that had Luke Skywalker in it, excuse me, in it, and believe it or not, I'm having a little bit of trouble finding one. Alright, so we got that. I'll leave this out for this color because I'm going to need it again for when I do the base of the Stormtrooper. Now let's see. Oh, actually, I'm going to need this as well. Alrighty, so let's get out the black paint again and one of the thinner brushes, and this will do. Something tells me I may have to let this dry. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to let this dry because the white paint still looks wet. Alright, let me close these up. I'll leave them out, but I'm gonna close them up. Okay. Alright, so let's let that paint dry on that Stormtrooper because the white paint still is a little bit wet. And because I'm going to have to do little bits on the face and in between, I guess, in between the armor joints. So still got a bit to do, so stay tuned and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and given that Stormtrooper some time to dry, pretty much Lord Vader's finished. Just got to do the Stormtrooper, so let's get to it. Alright. Alright. See how far we can get. Hopefully we can get very far. And I could actually start to finish this off. Alright. No. Alright, I'm gonna move forward with this. Alright. So, anyway, so I will say that the Tabletop Jones Productions channel, John and I are getting more active on it again. Starting to get the videos up now. The videos that we're getting up, this is stuff that we filmed months ago. We just never had the opportunity to put it all together and get it out there. So, I mean, I was just watching the one we put up recently for one of the BattleTech games that we played, and had to take, I was basically taken back a little bit because my cat was on it. My cat Logan, who passed away in December. So I was like, wow, we must have done that a long time ago. Alright, so done with the black. Well, I mean, the Stormtrooper could be coming out better, unfortunately. But, sometimes I do good, sometimes it's not so good. But I always try to do my best. Alright, so take the gunmetal and paint the gun, right? So yeah, so we got basically, I mean, we basically have enough footage for two BattleTech from two excuse me, BattleTech games, and we've got one of them out so far. And I remember we had put out a very long video for the game, the Battle Laughs, Batman: The Battle Laughs Rising, and we had actually played that twice, but we cannot find the footage from I guess the first game, because we had mentioned in the second time around that it was that there was a game before that. We just can't find it. We don't know where the heck the footage is. Like lost in the clouds somewhere, I guess. Actually, instead of using that, I should be using this. Yeah, it's much better. So, in addition to all that, we also have 2 games that we played of Marvel Crisis Protocol that are hopefully going to be out within like the next month or so. Oops, I think I put too much on that one. And I know there's one game I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that we... Oh, yeah. The Dice Throne game that I have. We had played that. We'll probably get that out too. Very soon. We'll probably get that out like last. Okay. Let's get this. I'm doing it like this because there's still a fair amount of wet paint. I'm trying to avoid smudging. And that whining sound you hear in the background, that is my rotisserie. I have to start preparing my dinner. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to let that paint dry because I still want to do the wash on it, at the very least on the Stormtrooper. I know it's not going to improve much on that Stormtrooper, but I still want to do it. Okay, alright, so well, once again, we're going to be waiting for paint to dry, but it's all for good reasons. So we're going to let that paint dry, and when we come back, I'm going to do the wash, and it's all finished. So stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and the paint is dried, and I'm going to start on the wash on Darth Vader and the Stormtrooper, even though it'll mostly show up on the Stormtrooper. Alright? Okay. Alright. Sometimes with these pieces that are painted white, sometimes I do question whether or not I should do the wash on them. And this is one of those times, because it just looks like a dirty Stormtrooper. See if I can wipe some of this off. I may have gone too heavy on the wash on the Stormtrooper. Now as far as Vader, not going to bother with the rest of him, just going to go straight to the base. Alright. Okay. So, for better or for worse, Lord Vader and the Stormtrooper ready to go. Alright, so that's all I got for today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share as much as possible. Please do that with any of my other videos as well. In the description, I will, like I said, I will have a link to get the core. Well, and actually I didn't say it for this, but I will have a link to get the core set, and also the set that these figures are from. I will have all that ready to go. So if you want to try it out for yourself, if you want to get these pieces for yourself, please use the links. It does help support the channel. And so, sorry. And so, so basically, that's it. And you can find me on other social media outlets like Facebook, X, and Instagram. Also TikTok. I mean, I'm up there on pretty much all of them. Most of them I'm up there as either Tabletop Jones Productions or Kevin from Tabletop Jones Productions. But I also sometimes post things related to this channel. So just please check it all out. And if you know anybody else who would like these videos, please share it to them. Also on Tabletop Jones Productions, please like, subscribe, and share. And it's basically the best way you could support the channels. All right, so thank you very much. Have a great day, and I will see you again. Take care.